Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna talk about this scene that I have actually published last week, and I have received like too many comments about the renders, how I made it, uh, where did I get the trees from. So today I'm gonna show you how I made this scene and especially how I made the trees as well. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so let's get started talking about the trees. I believe most of you don't know that Blender has a special tree generator inside it. I'm gonna show you here. I have another Blender open up. And here I have like a tree that I just made in, I don't know, 1 minute. And I'm gonna show you how to do that. So the first thing you have to do is go to the edit, preference, then add-ons, and then look for tree. So then you're going to see that this sampling tree generator is gonna pop up, and you have to install it. Also install it, then go to Shift A, then go to Curve, and then down here you're gonna see that Blender put this sampling tree generator button over here. So if you click on it, then this very ugly tree appears on your viewport, and then you can start working. So basically, using this add-on, you can create any kind of tree, but you have to play around with the parameters. There are plenty of parameters, and definitely it's going to take some time to understand all of them. But once you understand it, it's going to be easy for you to create any kind of tree. Okay, so let's start by going to this first parameter over here, that's geometry. And here, if you turn on and turn off bevel, we're gonna see that this tree is just a curve. A lot of curves together that you can control using the parameters that you're gonna see over here, right? I'm not going to pass through all these parameters here, but I'm gonna pass through the most important ones, okay? So this one here, the geometry, is I think one of the main ones where you can control resolution of the geometry, like the bevel resolution, as you can see. So basically, depending on your scene, what kind of scene you're working on, if you have like some trees that's going to be in front of your camera, probably you're going to you have to increase like the resolution of it. But if the case is not that, and you need to put the trees like around the house as I did, so you don't need like that much resolution. You can keep it one, and it's going to be good enough. Okay, so also it's going to help decrease the render time. And was another question that most of people ask me, like how this render took 10 minutes. And this is one of the reasons you don't need to keep all your objects in high resolution, right? So keep it in mind. Down here you can control the branch distribution, as you can see. So then you have like some branch rings that you can control and random it as well. Also random seed, and then scale. It's important. And down here you have this load preset where you can find like some nice trees already made. All right, so let's take a look. The pine, small maple, Japanese tree, Japanese maple, So this one looks good. Very nice. So this is like just a sample, it's just a preset. You can always like, after you finish like retouching all the branches, all the leaves, everything you need, you can save your preset here. You can export the preset and then you can load it again. So this is pretty cool. Okay, so let's use this preset to create something different. Okay, so let's start by adding some leaves. So here on leaves, you can turn on show leaves. So now we have some leaves on the top of the branches. So you can control how many leaves you want to put in this tree and how it's going to be distributed as well. Now here on leaves, if you start changing this number, you're going to see that it's going to start changing the amount of leaves that this tree is going to have. All right, let's put around 100. So we can also change the leaf shape. So upper here, we have this hexagonal shape, and you can change it for rectangular, for example. So as you can see, now we have this rectangular shape. So it's definitely depends on the texture you're going to apply on it. So it's on you, like how, like what's the best shape for like your trees. Okay, so this is something to keep in mind. Then we have the leaf rotation. That's sometimes important. Then we have the leaf scale. Can scale it a little bit. So let's keep it around 0.25, something like that. All right. So horizontal leaves, I'm going to keep it on, and then let's change to branch splitting, I think. So here we have like the levels of branches that's going to split. So let's increase this number to 3, for example. Be careful when you work with branch splitting after you turn on the leaves, because it's going to slow down a little bit your viewport. So as you can see now, we have a lot of more leaves on our tree. So this tree looks really nice. So I'm going to just decrease this number and it's going to be easier to work on. And then after we can turn this on, actually increase this a little bit more. All right. So down here we have the branches, the segment splits, split angle variation, rotate angle variation. So here is where you're going to change the shape of your tree. So how it look like. So be careful again, like to work with these numbers over here when you are with the leaves turned on. All right, so I'm going to increase this number a little bit to 3, for example, 0.3. So as you can see now, we have like kind of a different tree. This area over here just like turn it to the left, in this case to the right. All right, so I'm going to increase this number as well. The branches, let's change to something like, I don't know, 80. So we are having like some variation on the branches. So this value over here, let's increase it to 0.5. Let's take a look. Let's increase a little bit more to 0.35. Right, 0.6. Let's see. As you can see, we have like a completely different tree right now. All right. So you can keep working, playing actually with these numbers. Let's change it to 0.7. Let's take a look how it works. All right. So let's see the split angle. Let's change this parameter over here. Here we go. This variation, let's put around 7. As you can see, I'm just like playing randomly, and you need to play around with these numbers because it's the only way like to learn, because there are like too many numbers, too many parameters. So this is insane actually, but definitely it's a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun playing with these numbers, and once you understand it, you can create anything, right? Interesting. A little bit like we just put this branch a little bit down. I think we can like put it up again. Let's put 0.5. Yeah, something like that. That's not bad. So as we can see, it's basically that. You have like to play around with this, and that's how I made it. So you can create anything, any kind of tree here. Play around with it, and if you are worried about the texture, how I made it, let's take a look here. I have actually create my own texture, but let me see, where is that? Here I have a really nice website where you can get some 3D scanned leaves, and this worked very well. So you just need to like place the UV around one of these leaves over here, and basically that's it. So let's take a look. This leaf actually, the shape of it definitely is not the best for this one here, but let's take a look how it works. I'm going to download this one, it's free. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to change to UV editing, and then as you can see, all the leaves, all the UV leaves, they are here. All right. So let's add a texture. Oops. To this leaf. We're gonna change to the shader editor, and let's apply a texture here. All right. I'm gonna input the texture I just downloaded over here. Let's put it here. All right. And let's add this texture here as well. So this one here. All right. So like this, it's easy. It's easy to place the UV on the right position. All right. So let's put it here. Let's adjust it. Just a second. So again, this is not like the best shape for that. You can always adjust the shape of your tree, but this is just an example. So you're going to do something like that. All right. So let's take a look. Oh, here we go. As you can see, we have like the leaves are red texture. So it's pretty easy to create anything like using this add-on, and I hope it's going to help you guys to create. Probably I'm going to release some trees for you on Blender Market, but for now I don't have like actually I have the scene, but you can find it over there. But I'm planning to have like some different trees, and I'm going to release it there. All right, so let's go back to the main scene, and let's take a look here. So some people ask me about the water. So let me show you how I made this pool over here. This is very simple. Let me just turn off the trees. All right, and let's render it. Let's wait just a little bit. But as you can see here on the right side, my material is very simple. I have a transmission, all right? So this transmission is responsible for the refraction of my water, all right? So then I have albedo set to black, specular set to 1, roughness to 0, and down here I have the noise texture, all right? And I have a transform value connected to the UV transform just to adjust the scale of the water. All right, so let's take a look. Actually, I think I have to turn on the trees again because it's too intense. Let me decrease a little bit them HDRI. Oops, it's better to decrease here on the Octane camera imager. Let's put around something around 2. Yeah, here you go. So it's going to be easy to see what's going on over here. So let me go back to the object mode, and here if I decrease this number to 1, like that's the default value, you're going to see that the waves are too small, so that's why I increase it, because it came like that when you like plug the noise texture on the BAMP, so it came like very small, so I had to increase it a little bit. So 10 was a good number that I found. So, but basically this water, like it's very simple, like I didn't use anything. All right, so I have like some pool tiles in the pool like that, so that's why we have these nice colors. Also, like of course, like the trees have some influence like on the water, but also I have like this pool tile on my pool. All right, so that's it for the water. All right, so let me turn off the render and how I distribute the vegetation. So as you can see, I'm using scatter again. I think I have recorded a video a while ago talking about another scene, and the scatter was the add-on I used. And the reason I'm using this add-on is because, again, it's very similar from 3ds Max, that's where I came from. And this add-on has like plenty of possibilities that you can do. So this is pretty cool. And actually I didn't use, but this add-on has something very interesting, that is you can actually turn on the visibility of the vegetation or wherever you are distributing using scatter, just for what your camera is seeing. So this is pretty cool. So I'm not using that, but let me show you how to do that. So I have my main camera over here, and what I'm gonna do, you can do it like by layers. So you can like select, for example, the first layer over here, then go to visibility. And if you turn on camera optimization, you can control what your camera is going to see. So this is very helpful actually. So you can optimize your scene, you can render it faster, all right? And can have your viewport very fast as well. So because when you're dealing with like too many polygons, too many objects in the scene, sometimes the viewport start getting some lags, and this is something that's, I know that's annoying. So so here I have like the layer 2, and I'm going to turn on the camera optimization, and you can control here, as you can see. And here for the layer 3, same thing, you can control here. So this is definitely very helpful. This is one of the things I really like about Scatter. Of course, there are a lot of different ones. Another one is like, is the pattern, like for the distribution. Always, of course, you can always choose one of these ones, but after you choose one of these ones, you can control it using the masks. You can control it using the pattern over here, like turning on the pattern 1, then you can add more patterns. You can control like the holes. You can control the contrast between these two patterns. So this is like very, very helpful, and this definitely gives much more realism to the scene. So this is very nice. It's a very nice add-on. So let's take a look on the render settings over here. So I render it in 4K, as you can see here. I use the noiser. That's another reason why I got 10 minutes render. But also I render it in 300 samples. This was more than enough. I think like exterior scenes are much faster than interiors, so that's why like sometimes I really get impressed when I have like scenes, like exterior scenes rendering, I don't know, 3 minutes in 4K. That's insane. So of course it's like small scenes, not like that, like with a lot of trees, but it's still like insane. So here I render it in 300 samples. So then I capped the default values for max diffuse, max gloss, and max scatter. This is another thing that you keep in mind. For exteriors, you don't need to increase these values, all right? So these values is for GI, and we are not having like GI for exteriors. Of course we're having, but like it's not noticeable, all right? So you don't need to worry too much about that. And if you increase these numbers, you're going to have a very heavy scene. So this is definitely something that you don't want to have, right? So another thing that's important, the adaptive sampling. It's very important, like even for exteriors, even for interiors, or even for anything you are creating. It's important to turn this on. It's important to know how to control it. I have recorded a video talking about it, so it's important to set these numbers with the right values, all right? So another thing that I turned it on was my Octane out of core, all right? So this helped me to handle all the geometries, helped me handle the textures that I use, like a lot of textures here I use in 8K, all right? So it's very high resolution textures. that's why I have to turn this on. So this is important to keep in mind. All right. Also the scene I have used lookup table. All right. So I didn't like do much on Photoshop. So the render you see here, it's basically the render like I got from Octane. All right. So let me see if I have another thing. I think, well, that's it, guys. Let me know if you have like any questions, like more questions regarding it. But I think this was the main ones that you guys actually asked me. So here another one. I use like an HDRI like for like lighting the scenes. As you can see, like I use this like overcast HDRI. It's not like very visible here, but I'm using an overcast HDRI. So I noticed that some parts of like this area over here was not lit enough, so I had to include two new lights to the scene. So this one and this one, like just to give some extra light for this area over here. So this helped me to have like these contrasts on the lighting, like as you can see here on the front, to have this very lit trees. And the reason I have it is because I'm using this two area lights over here. All right, so you can see like on the background we have like a very dark background over there. All right, so this helped me to create this kind of mood. It was very nice. Okay, guys, so that's it. Thank you so much. I hope you like it. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be glad to answer all of you. Sometimes I take a little longer to answer because I have like my company, I have like I'm doing a lot of things, but definitely I'm gonna answer all of you. Okay, so thank you so much and see you in the next video.